What is going on, guys? Welcome to J Powell Music. Be sure to like and subscribe here on the channel. When you get the chance, hit the notification bell so you know when these videos are coming out. And today I wanted to talk about another concert that was announced, I want to say earlier this week, if not latter half of last week. Lovers and Friends, the Lovers and Friends Festival. They're doing another one in 2023. This time, Usher is going to be the main producer, investor into the show. Last year it was Snoop Dogg, and this list is pretty interesting. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about my experience with last year's Lovers and Friends, because I actually was able to go, me and my wife and like 6 other people. We ended up going to Lovers and Friends. We ended up going to Lovers and Friends, and I just want to share a little bit of my experience on that. So it's a pretty solid list of people that were there. Juvenile was there. E40 was there. Yin Yang Twins was there. John B, I believe, was there, if I'm not mistaken. So there's just a lot of old school stuff. Definitely a 90s throwback. Just through and through. But I will say, there's like 3 different stages for Lovers and Friends. 3 different stages, and the big people, the top billing folks. Those folks, they don't perform until the latter half of the show. So like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So the Lovers and Friends starts as early as like 4 o'clock. But you don't, for me, unless you're going to do the whole day, I would say just show up later. It's just going to make more sense for you to show up later than not. That's kind of the biggest thing there. And then also when it comes to the weather was brutal last year. There were people that are passed out. They're being carried away in wheelchairs. They had some cooling stations where you could go and, sit down, and they had the air conditioning on. You could be there for like 30, 40 minutes. Then you had to rotate out. But definitely got to be ready with water, sunscreen, having a hat, protecting yourself from shade. My wife, she got heat exhaustion at one point, so we had to care her. But it's no joke. So pretty crazy. They had these water stations, but they were warm water stations, and I'm like, give me cold water, please. Even though they say warm water is supposed to be better for you, I don't care. Give me cold water. So there's supposed to be more shade options from what I've heard. So with just letting you know about that, that was the experience. It was a fun time. I wanted to see E40. I didn't get the chance to, but as far as overall performance, all Genuine, that was really good, and he's coming back here for this year. But let's talk about this list now. There's some amazing people on here as well. You got Nelly, Busta Rhymes, Flo Rida, Shaggy, you got Chris Brown, you got Usher, you got 50 Cent, you got the Diplomats, you got Chingy, and then you got some newer folks that it's kind of leaning into from 90s into more of these kids of today. Party Next Door, Bryson Tiller, Summer Walker, Gina Aiko, Miguel. Like, that's pretty dope. Missy Elliott, Mariah Carey. Obviously, Usher's gonna be performing again. Omarion, Boyz II Men, Blackstreet. So there's a pretty good variety on this list. I want to say Shaggy, Sean Paul. There's a pretty solid list of folks on here. So it's kind of meshing the 90s kids and the younger kids or whatnot. Or just, more modern, I should say. Not that old. But, so for this one, it's probably worth it, I would say, to go, definitely. But just be ready from a weather condition perspective. Just be ready from a weather condition perspective, because it's going to be kind of crazy. But, let me know if you're excited about this. If you were planning on potentially going to Lovers and Friends, let me know in the comments. If you did go last year, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you liked it. What didn't you like? What are some things you'd like to see for this Lovers and Friends coming up? I would love to get your thoughts on that. So this is a pretty solid list. And I guess what other festivals are you looking forward to besides Coachella? If you are excited for Coachella, if not, tell me about some other things you're excited for. But again, J Powell Music. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video.